Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. I wanted to do a quick video here talking about tools or tool items that people should have, in particular preppers, people who are into that preparedness lifestyle. And I have seen this so many times over the years. People will come in, male or female, doesn't make a difference, come in and they're looking for some kind of tool to fix something. They got some kind of problem, and the tools that I got here cover a lot of those different problems. And this is kind of in no general order that I'm going over this stuff, but I wanted to go over this because it is just so common. There are so many people. Almost every week I have somebody that comes in that buys a tool that they didn't have before to fix a common problem. And channel locks are kind of the first one. A channel lock is an adjustable pliers, and it's got a kind of a bent head, so you got more leverage to put on whatever it is that you're trying to tighten. This combined with a crescent wrench, which is just an adjustable wrench. These come in different sizes. I find the big ones, I can do smaller jobs with a bigger wrench, so I typically will gravitate toward the larger ones. And, you got something like an old propane tank, you got to put a valve in, or you're changing a tank. It doesn't have the new style valve on that you can just do with your hand. You need a wrench. You have to turn the gas off at your place. You have some type of larger bolt that you have to break free or nut. Those two tools right there are big helps. Another thing is screwdrivers. Regular Phillips, you should have a multitude of these in different sizes. You should have big ones that you can do a little prying and stuff with, but then you should have finer ones to do finer work with. And things have switched a lot over the years here, especially in the last couple of years, to the Torx head. What a Torx head is it's the star shape. The star shapes, I don't know if you guys can tell there, but that is a Torque. That does have the star-shaped pattern on the top of it. A lot of the newer stuff is switching over to Torque, so it benefits you to have that. Probably the most prevalent electrical tool, and the thing that I use the most, is a cordless drill. Everybody should have some kind of cordless drill, and with all the different attachments that these batteries can charge nowadays, small chainsaws, small trimmers, that kind of stuff, these kind of things are very, very handy. And then, of course, all the different bits and stuff that basically take the place of your screwdrivers come in, different sets. And these have a tendency to get lost, stripped out, worn out. So this is something people should have at least a couple of these, basic trays here. And along with the drill bits. Drill bits are something that, again, wears out, breaks, and there's lots of times people will be fixing something, whatever, they have to drill a hole. So to have different sets of drill bits with your tools is something that's really important. And basic stuff like a hammer. You'd be surprised how many people don't have a hammer nowadays. And it can be a small sledgehammer. It can be a regular claw hammer, whatever. But sometimes you just have to, beat something into place, and there's nothing better than that for a hammer. When it comes to vehicles, fixing power equipment, that kind of stuff, socket sets, everybody should have a 3/8 drive socket set here. This is a set that I've had for quite a while, and with the prevalent of so much imported stuff, you should have standard and you should have metric. The basic standard sets and the basic metric sets for a 3/8 inch drive socket handle with a couple of different extensions so you can reach down in, can fix a lot of different problems. Vehicles, air gauges. There's something that a lot of people just don't have, is an air gauge. They're very inexpensive. Keep one in your vehicle. If you have a garage, you have a toolkit, keep one in your toolkit. Another thing is some type of way to change a tire, a 4-way wrench or a breaker bar or something to get a tire off. And another thing, I'm not going to pull it out here and show you, it's one of the bigger tools. Sometimes a floor jack. Floor jacks you can get from anywhere between $30 and $75, I would say. Floor jacks, if you have a little piece of cement and you have to jack up a vehicle, or you have to jack up a piece of power equipment or an ATV or whatever to work on it, to change a tire, floor jacks are extremely helpful, much better than the jacks that come with like vehicles nowadays. Another thing, when it gets to the big tools, some type of ladder. Doesn't have to be, a 16-foot extension ladder. It can be a 6-foot step ladder. It can even be a 3-foot step ladder. Sometimes you have to work on stuff that are higher, and a small ladder is definitely worth having. Stuff like vice grips. If there's something that you can't turn and you can't get enough of a grip on it with either a wrench or a channel lock, this is your next thing. Again, box end wrenches of different sizes can also help, whether they're metric or standard. And another thing is ways to change a spark plug. This is actually a chainsaw wrench. All chainsaws come with some variation of this, but it has an end on it where you can change a spark plug. If you have any type of prepping power equipment like ATVs, generators, chainsaws, you need that ability to change out a spark plug. Now, they do make actual spark plug sockets. They have a little rubber O-ring in there so you don't actually break off the spark plug in it. But I find that these wrenches here cover a lot of different things. They're inexpensive, and I can keep several around. And then hex keys, Allen wrench. There's different sizes in these too, and a lot of smaller things on firearms and whatnot will have hex or Allen screws on them, and that's where these come in handy. They're both standard and metric on them as well. Sometimes you can even get them that all fold up into one. They're like a little, like a pocket knife, like a Swiss Army knife. These kind of are the basic tools, and you throw this in with a basic set of bushcraft tools, stuff like saws, a hatchet, an axe, maybe a splitting maul, whatever. Those wood cutting type tools, you have a basic here where you can fix and you can repair stuff, which is also very, very handy. If there's a window that's got to be patched up. Another thing that comes in handy is having some type of fasteners with you, either screws, nails of different sizes. Again, if you have to makeshift something, you have to make do with a bad situation. You got to patch something up. Having screws in different lengths, having nuts and bolts in different lengths, having things like a staple gun with plenty of staples of different lengths are going to be a huge help. And then the last thing I want to mention here, if you have a basic toolkit, you're a guy or a gal that aren't really into that mechanical, do-it-yourself lifestyle, you should keep all your tools in some type of bag or pack or box that you can make your tools mobile, so you can go to where the problem is and take your tools with you. You don't have to run back to a garage toolbox to get your stuff out. That's another thing that is very important. And then as you progress, you can maybe keep a small pack in your vehicle to be portable and take with you. Anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. I was just thinking about this here this morning, and I wanted to do a video on it, kind of share some of the things that I feel are important to have. But anyway, appreciate each and every one of you guys out there. You guys take care.